everyone. Welcome to City Talk. I'm Thermise Bevel. Congratulations to the Adamsville Recreation Center. The Rec Center competed online against other communities from across the country for the makeover of a lifetime. Ready? More than 2 million votes were tallied in the Maxwell House Coffee Contest. Maxwell House gave the Adamsville Rec Center a $50,000 grant for renovations.
We've been voting since April for the Maxwell House Drops of Good campaign. And believe it or not, Atlanta was #1.
The facility's been here for quite a while, so maintenance becomes an issue. It's a very large facility. We had some cutbacks in 2007, 2008, and so we're constantly trying to keep the place up and get it back to its natural form.
Groups from all over Atlanta use the facility for athletics, senior services, social engagements, computer training, job connections, and after-school programs. This rec center impacts people from all walks of life, and that grant is greatly appreciated.
It helps us as we continue to try to grow and find funds to help keep the place up because it's kind of beyond our normal budget.
The renovations improved safety measures and made the center more eco-friendly. Other winning Maxwell House community projects are in Denver, Los Angeles, New York City, and Philadelphia. Councilwoman Keisha Bottoms teamed up with several organizations to give away 1,000 backpacks at the Back to School Jam. Students received book bags, school supplies, enjoyed a community resource fair, and got lots of other giveaways. The Back to School rally was at Greenbrier Mall. Councilwoman Bottoms says she was delighted to help make the transition into a new school year memorable for Atlanta students. Thousands of metro area residents enjoyed everything the National Black Arts Festival had to offer. The festival celebrated the arts through music, dance, and visual arts. Patrons enjoyed live music as they shopped at vendors who set up in Centennial Olympic Park. Despite the hot weather, many folks took the time to come out and celebrate their heritage.
Love the National Black Arts Festival 2011. Donnie just left the stage. We've got hundreds of vendors out here, so it's a lot to do and a lot to choose from. Great music, time with my girlfriend, seeing people I know, just enjoying downtown Atlanta. It's a great spot here. Centennial Olympic Park is a great place for National Black Arts Festival to be.
The National Black Arts Festival was founded here in Atlanta in 1987. The Office of Cultural Affairs launches Elevate Art Above Underground. It's 66 days of public art along the Upper Alabama Street corridor and surrounding areas. Elevate Art Above Underground brings public art to downtown Atlanta with a variety of exhibits. The event features innovative projects by local, national, and international artists. The exhibition runs August 26th through October 30th. It is free and open to the public. Residents in District 5 recently commemorated the 147th anniversary of the Battle of Atlanta. City Talk's Troy Danicus shows how East Atlanta residents marked the event.
Every year, history buffs, Civil War enthusiasts, and District 5 residents gather to mark the anniversary of the Battle of Atlanta. Visit any of the neighborhoods in the area and you'll be transported back to a time when slavery was an integral part of the South's economic engine and when countrymen took arms against each other to either defend that practice or to abolish it forever. Fortifications set up by the city's commanding general, Lemuel Grant, made it too dangerous for Union General William Tecumseh Sherman to attack outright, so the battle turned into a siege of the city. Most of the fighting ended up taking place outside of what was then Atlanta's city limits.
Not only are the railroad tracks about a mile north of here, but the city defense lines, the fortifications that encircle the city, are about a mile to the west of here in Grant Park. General Sherman had the plan to basically starve them out. If his forces were to do a full frontal attack on those heavy fortifications, then it would have cost many more Union troops.
The area that is now East Atlanta was where much of the fighting was concentrated. And it's here that residents and preservationists concentrate their efforts to remind modern Atlantans of the blood that was shed here nearly 150 years ago. Folks were treated to a concert by the 8th Regiment Band at Fire Station 13 in East Atlanta. The group of 14 Civil War reenactors played tunes typical of what you'd hear in mid-19th century Atlanta. At the cyclorama, visitors immersed themselves in the period. Civil War reenactors were scattered throughout the grounds, much like they would have been 147 years ago as they waited for the battle to commence. But despite the pomp and ceremony surrounding the day, the lesson here for many is to learn from the past. Atlanta has always been a progressive city with the ability to transcend ancient prejudices. Local preservationist Henry Bryant believes that by keeping Atlanta's past fresh in the mind, it will help to guide its future.
I think it's also very important for people who live in East Atlanta and in the other neighborhoods of the 5th Council District to know about their history, and many of them, because we haven't talked about it much in this city, the Civil War history of Atlanta, don't even realize that they live on a battlefield. East Atlanta and the other neighborhoods of the 5th Council District are a very diverse neighborhood, and somehow we all get along here, and that history is the elephant in the room that we really need to talk about so that our relationships here can continue in good stead and improve.
For City Talk, I'm Troy Danicus.
This year marks the 150th anniversary since the Civil War began. The Atlanta Cyclorama has events planned throughout the year to mark the milestone. For more information on what they have to offer, visit atlantacyclorama.org. Joyce Shepard, Carla Smith, and residents gathered at Perkinson Park for National Night Out, a nationwide program aimed at reducing crimes, drugs, and violence. National Night Out was an opportunity for neighborhoods to join forces with thousands of other communities across the country to promote crime prevention.
It's a way to celebrate community. And tonight we're celebrating community. Tonight is a night that we in the community say this is our community. We're proud of it. We're part of it.
The biggest takeaway is the chance to hear ourselves, to hear the neighborhood. Sometimes if you're just a few people that you know from your block and you guys are sitting on the front porch all the time, you don't get to hear what the rest of the community knows. And you don't get to learn from each other. So to me, I feel like this is that kind of chance to hear who we are as a community.
Police and communities have partnered for the National Night Out program for the last 28 years. Pet owners were in Perkinson Park for District 12's Pet Education Day. Residents came out to get pet information, have their pets vaccinated, get routine pet checkups, and they could also have microchips implanted in their pets. The goal was to increase spaying and neutering efforts and educate the public on pet care and responsibility. Staff from the Atlanta Humane Society and pet experts were on hand to answer questions about health care, training, and other issues. Here at ATL 26, we're working to give you better access to city government. We'd love to hear from you. Email your questions or comments to citytalk@atlantanga.gov. City Talk is on air and online. Catch us right here on ATL 26, on YouTube, and on our website, atlantanga.gov. Mayor Kasim Reed and members of the Atlanta City Council recently honored one of the city's oldest residents. 105-year-old Georgia Ann Reed was born on March 1st, 1906 in Lafayette, Alabama, and is the oldest of 11 children. As a young girl living in Alabama, Mrs. Reed made a living picking cotton and working as a midwife. When her parents became ill, she took on the responsibility of caring for her siblings, 2 of which are still alive. In the 1950s, she moved to Atlanta and quickly acclimated to city life. The mother and wife was an active participant in the civil rights movement. She credits her wit and longevity to a strong belief in her family and her faith. Thank you for watching City Talk. I'm Bernice Bevel.